milestone in the inductees' lives and careers. It's a big deal to move into the top three, and I think the event that we have here tonight symbolizes that very well. I'd also like to thank all the commanders, chiefs, first sergeants who are here, because our inductees could not have gotten where they are today without strong leadership in their organizations, and you provide that leadership to them. It's a team effort, so thank you for doing and pushing these folks in the directions they needed to go so that they can continue to climb that ladder of success. I'd also like to thank the family and friends that are here tonight, because while the leadership teams and the peers in the organizations work really hard to help each other out, again, our inductees could not be where they are today without the support of their families and their friends. So thank you. I hope you all enjoy it. And did anybody else get kind of excited when we had folks' children are here tonight? Parents are here tonight, not just spouses and boyfriends and girlfriends, but I mean, it's a full family affair here tonight. So for all of the spouses, for all of the family, for all of the friends, thank you for being such an important part of the inductees' lives, and thank you for being a tremendous part of the Team Beale family. I'd also like to take a moment to thank one special person who's been with me for quite a while now, has seen me transition from the airman tier to the NCO tier to the senior NCO tier, and that is my awesome wife, Lisa, down here. It's challenging sometimes, right? As we got to spend a lot of time studying, and we got to spend a lot of time doing the things that separate us from our peers. But Lisa, you've been with me through all of that. Thank you so much. I love you, and you can pay me later.
Dream on, baby. Dream on.
One of the awesome things is the fact that they came up with the theme, leading warriors. Because that's what we do. We lead warriors. Now, you've had a whole week of people coming in and talking to you and giving you briefings and telling you about all the things that you're going to need to do as senior non-commissioned officers to take care of your airmen and support your commanders. So as I thought about what I was going to talk about tonight, I said, well, what can I give them that maybe is a little bit different? Maybe just a little perspective on how you can become leaders of warriors. And you notice I said become, because the rank on your sleeve doesn't make you a leader. It makes you the boss. And there's a distinct difference between being the boss and being the leader. So when we talk about leading warriors, I would say the first thing that I would advise for you is make sure that you're a warrior. Because you can't lead warriors if you're not a warrior. Some of the things that can help you with that is going back to our roots. A few years ago, you heard our senior leaders talk about going back to basics, right? Well, that's what we need to do. We need to go back to basics. We need to go back to our roots. What brings us together as airmen warriors? Well, the first thing is our core values. Everybody who's wearing this uniform out here tonight can spout off the core values. Integrity first, service before self, excellence in all we do. Hoorah, right? But have you internalized it? Have you owned it? Have you made the core values your own? If not, I highly encourage you to do so. You have to earn the right to be called a leader. And it begins with taking the core values and making them your own. I would also say that you need to have a warrior mindset. And to have a warrior mindset, you need to take care of three very important things: your mind, your body, and your spirit. As you transition through the ranks, you came up and you became NCOs, and you took on those NCO level responsibilities, and you were the frontline supervisors for those airmen. Now you're transitioning. You're transitioning into the senior non-commissioned officer tier. And if you take a look at the little brown book, the first responsibility for a senior non-commissioned officer is to provide highly effective leadership. It's your first responsibility. But it's kind of hard to provide highly effective leadership if your mind's not right. So you got to make sure your mind is right. And in doing so, what I'm talking about is staying on top of what's going on in our Air Force. Knowing what's going on with our airmen. Being able to go out there and talk to the airmen. Earning that street cred that will move you higher and further into that leadership position that you're on track for. You also have to take care of your body. I'm not talking about fit to fight. I'm not talking about passing a fitness assessment. I'm talking about taking care of this physical being, because as a senior non-commissioned officer, your stress level is going to go up exponentially. You're going to deal with a lot more stuff. And you need to be physically strong in order to carry that burden. So you need to take care of yourself. Now, I see folks out here that I see in the gym every day, and I think that's great. Maybe that's not your thing. Yoga, Pilates, whatever. Do something that keeps your body strong. And you got to keep your spirit strong too. Now, when we talk about spirit, that means something different depending on who you talk to. But I like to boil it down to spirit being that thing that drives you, that thing that's inside of you that makes you get up every single day, put on your uniform, and go out there and get about the business of defending America from her enemies. You need to have a strong spirit because you're going to deal with a lot of stuff. So as you develop yourself into a warrior, I would say the next thing you need to do is you want to lead warriors, right? Well, how about let's treat those people you want to lead like warriors. I can't tell you how many times I've heard folks, even chiefs and colonels, refer to our airmen as kids. It's disparaging and it's disrespectful. Let me tell you why. Because every person who wears the uniform raised their right hand and said that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. Ladies and gentlemen, that is not the charge of a kid. That is the oath of a warrior. You want to lead warriors, then you have to treat your airmen like warriors. You need to grow them, train them, and prepare them for what it is that they're going to face. Our airmen don't sit at home station all the time, do they? We have airmen deployed downrange getting shot at right now. Those aren't kids. Those are warriors. We have men and women who have paid the ultimate sacrifice. They're not kids. They're warriors. And when we start treating our airmen like warriors, guess what? They start acting like warriors. So you have to get away from the mindset that your airmen are fragile, that you have to keep your airmen safe 24 hours a day. I tell folks this all the time. If my job was to keep airmen safe 24 hours a day, when they signed into the unit, I'd wrap them in bubble wrap and put them in the corner. And then when their PCS orders came in, I'd unwrap them and send them on their way. Because that's the only way I would be able to keep them safe 24 hours a day. My job is to give them tools, give them the training, so that they can survive in an unsafe world. That's now your job. You're going to go out there and you're going to be leaders of warriors. Your airmen are going to be looking to you to provide them the guidance and the training necessary to survive in an unsafe world. You're all prepared for it. I know that. I know that because every single one of you that are an inductee tonight, you were vetted. your records were looked at by a central promotion board. And at the end of that board, you were all found ready for promotion to the rank of Master Sergeant. Master Sergeant. That is a tremendous accomplishment. We call it the top 3. It's the top 25% of the Air Force Enlisted Corps. It is a significant accomplishment. I can't tell you how proud I am of each and every one of you because you didn't get here just by taking a test. You got here by taking care of business. Again, I want to say just thank you to everybody who had a hand in bringing this together tonight so that we can honor this milestone in our inductees' careers. I hope that our inductees tonight will remember tonight. So maybe you need to take some pictures if you're maybe, But, at the end of the day, I want you to look back on this night and think about how special it was for you because you only get inducted into the Senior NCO Corps one time. This is your night. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to come up here and talk to you tonight. It has really been a pleasure. And I know that it's getting a little bit warm in here, or the lights are really hot. I feel sad for the MCs that have to be up here all night. But with that, I am going to turn it back over to the MCs so that we can get up here and formally induct the 60-ish inductees tonight. Thank you very much.